Arg! Ahoy there, matey! Welcome aboard the world of boating.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I was just looking into buying a boat of my own.
Call World of Boating toll-free now at 1-8888-28-BOAT. That's 1-888-828-BOAT.
And welcome. This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Barry the Boater, and Mike the Mariner rounding out the crew as we attempt to navigate the latest boating news and information and recap once again on the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. Over 100,000 attendees for the 66th event. And evidently all reports are this was a record breaker potentially. I don't know if the numbers are saying that, but I've been seeing some press releases to that effect. But strong sales for sure from like Brunswick, cruiser yachts. A lot of the exhibitors were pretty happy. The weather cooperated beyond belief. It was just spectacular the entire weekend. And, of course, our crew was there in the form of Barry the Boater and Mike the Mariner. I had to maintain headquarters, so I wasn't able to attend. But I talked to several people that were at the event, and they all said the same thing. They were like, tons of people, weather was great, people were doing business, people were buying boats. And so we got a few more reports, kind of like overflow from last week to cover some things that we saw at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. Barry, what do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Fox Sports was there, and I saw, I don't know which which woman it was. They had these three women that were going to be doing a a best of show segment. It will be airing December 7th at 11 a.m. on FS1. So if you want to see what they were talking about and what they recorded there, it should be a fun show. But
all right.
They were out there. They were actually, I took the water taxi back from the Bahia Mar section back to the convention center, and they got on the boat with all their cameras and equipment. And
so you're going to be on TV?
Oh, no, I'm not going to be on TV. I didn't get anywhere near them, even though they saw the media pass and they saw,
hey,
oh,
I'm
we're
Barry
the
the Boater. I got a face for radio. Look at me.
Right.
He's sandbagging. He got hired. He's going to host the show on
I was
Fox.
going to say, he's going to drop
us
like a crappy anchor and say, hey,
no, I'm not. I have
go
way
work
too
with
much
the
fun
ladies.
Here. Yeah. No, but it was interesting to see them out there, and just, it was beautiful. It really wasn't a good boat show.
Yeah. Well,
that big hotel is not opened yet.
What big hotel? The one by the convention center?
Yeah, the huge one. It wasn't open yet. It looks like it's almost finished. Can you imagine?
Close.
Yeah. Next year you'll be able to actually stay at that hotel, and you get a whole week's pass at the boat. Yeah, walk into the show whenever you want. Go back to your room, wherever you want. It's going to be like staying at Disney.
Well, there you go. That's an idea. I've always wondered if there's any stowaways there at the boat show, like some of the folks that work at them different manufacturers. Do they work it out with some of the sales staff? Like, okay, hey Joe, we're going to leave you here at the dock, and you just crash out in the master bedroom of that 45-footer, and we'll see you in the morning. I don't know if they do that or not.
Well, I guess if they kept it clean. I mean, the big yachts, the 100-footers that have an actual crew.
Yeah.
I'm sure the crews stay on the crew quarters of that yacht.
Of course.
Yeah.
But, some of the ones, the bigger ones that are, not big to the point that they have to have a crew on them all the time, but they're showing them off. Even, like a 30, 45-footer.
Was, what's his
probably name? Some of the private sellers probably do that.
Yeah,
they probably have someone staying on the boat.
Right. I mean, how do you get that gig? That would be a fun way to do the boat show, wouldn't it? Just be a stowaway, and you were responsible for keeping the boat look nice for each day. That was all you had to clean every night, But then you get to hang out on the boat. That'd be a pretty good gig. I think.
Absolutely. Probably have great parties there at night once everything shuts down. Everyone has left.
Right. Well, maybe. I don't know. I mean, if someone knows, let us know how to get that gig. I think Barry would. He'd like to be a stowaway.
Yeah, oh yeah.
there. But I also wonder if they ever had to, take security and like, hey, where did this guy come from? He doesn't belong here.
Oh,
Well, I'm
yeah,
sure they
I
have
don't know.
pretty good security roaming around there.
They
at
probably
night.
do.
especially with these boats. Yeah, and Mike, I mean, he sent some pictures over. There was one here where he was in the engine room
Yeah.
of one of these yachts, and
So he was
and
trying to hide to see if
he
could
was
do an overnight
amazed
thing.
at how clean and pretty it looked in there.
Could have eaten
weren't
off
you?
the floor of the engine room. Is that the case?
Well, I mean, pretty close. So this actually, the boat he's talking about was a Nordhaven trawler.
Yeah. Oh, those are nice.
And
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, very nice. It was a 61, I believe. So pretty large vessel. Engine room was just absolutely fantastic. It has 2 Cummins diesel engines that just look wonderful. I'm a Cummins fan. That's what I have on my boat. These are
Right.
bigger. These
Yeah.
were like 550 horsepower Cummins, but
Hmm.
just a beautiful vessel. There were so many really great vessels to see. Some of the pre-owned vessels were amazing, but looking at the new technology and some of the changes in just the past 2 years, it's just really amazing to see like what they're doing with.
Like in
You know,
what
like the-
sense? Wait, on a Nordhaven, what
so
would be different on those engines? Exactly.
no. So Nordhaven. So just the technology innovations on the Nordhavens are really focused on the electronics and things like that. Those boats
okay.
have been built in pretty much the same manner. I was kind of referencing some of the other boats that I saw that, even take utility a step further, like Valhalla, which I believe is a subsidiary of
Viking.
Viking.
Yeah.
Had an amazing boat that has the gunnels fold down, and when you're at anchor, you have an incredible activity deck area
Right.
that just folds down, and it's like an acre of land. It was just amazing to see. So the boat manufacturers are really pushing the activity side of boating and making boats just really turn into sports activity vehicles.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
really
those
cool to
are
see.
impressive. I mean, I saw a lot of the pictures. You were broadcasting there from the dock by next one of them, wasn't it? I don't know. I don't think it was the Valhalla that you were by next last week when we spoke with you, but we had another one that had one of those fold down decks. That seems to be a trend.
Yes,
that we're seeing.
actually,
Yeah.
I believe that one was an HCB Hydrosports. But other technologies that we talked about the Green Line that was diesel electric hybrid. There's a boat we missed that was really, really awesome. The Navier. It's a 30-foot boat with hydrofoils. Now, and it's built overseas, built in Europe, and the version they have been building has been all electric with a 75-mile range. But they're coming out with a hybrid version, same boat with a diesel generator to replenish the battery packs, and you get a 700-mile range.
Wow.
Same boat.
Well, so diesel power plus what? Solar on top to help?
It's not solar.
Not at all?
No, it's just diesel hybrid. So the diesel generator is not providing propulsion at all. It's replenishing the battery packs.
Yeah.
And so when you're at at lower displacement speeds, your range greatly increases because you can't go 20 to 30 knots everywhere you go, especially if you're in the intercoastal water.
Well, you got to have some
slow
torque to get it up on those hydrofoils, though, don't you? Doesn't it have to get up on?
No more torque than you need for an outboard to get a hull up on plane. And if you think about it, as soon as those foils lift the hull out of the water, all that resistance goes away.
Right.
So you're going to be moving at between 20 and 30 knots using much less horsepower, but it's all electric.
Okay, well, this you talk about the Navier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that one is a hybrid diesel electric engine.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what he said.
700-mile range.
That's what he said too.
Oh, okay.
Way to pay attention, Barry.
I thought he said 70. I said, what? Nah.
He started with that. All right, more coming up on the World of Boating. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the world of boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I want sun, I want sand, I want spa. Okay. Spa, facial, but nothing too remote because I'm a people person. I like to socialize.
Islands are good?
Islands are great.
All right, I'm thinking
Bahamas. I love the Bahamas. Yeah. I've never been there. I've always wanted to go.
We can get you to the Pink Sands Beach.
Ooh.
We can fly you direct into Nassau.
This is perfect. Let's do it. Bahamas. Bahamas! Here I come, baby. Bahamas. Bahama mama.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to boating. I am Greg, your first mate, along with Barry the Boater, Mike the Mariner, rounding out the crew, and reflecting on the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. Kind of extra credit, overflow, however you want to look at it. The Bahamas were out there in full force. They had a pretty big presence there at the boat show and answering a lot of questions about the new fee structure for going over to the Bahamas on your vessel, especially, from South Florida, because they've changed a bunch of stuff as of July 1st. And I know they were getting a lot of questions. That's what I heard. But hopefully it's clear as mud at this point.
They were busy there, and they asked who I was, and I explained to them, and then they
called
still
security,
looked at me confused. And then I said, Greg from Scuba Radio, and they go, oh, that guy.
Right.
And they escorted me out.
So I saved your ass.
You did.
Basically.
You always want to know what the queen of the show was. Did you ever find out?
So
I know what it was.
You were in the running, but what?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they actually named you Casino Royale, 74 meters long, which is, that may not sound like much, 242 feet, 9.386 inches.
That's a big ass ship right there.
That is a yacht of.
Did you see it? Did you walk by?
No, that was
that one.
That was over at the there's an area where they have the super yachts, which you can go to.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get on those super yachts unless you have the VIP pass. I'm pretty sure of that.
Well,
but
we used to be able to play our press card, and that worked up until about 10 years ago. Then they got wind of who we actually were.
Right.
Or maybe they ran our credit score. when they
They
started
didn't
doing
care
that.
for our shoes, right?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
see ratty old boat shoes instead of these nice fancy ones. Mhm.
Right. So
Um,
yeah, they've kind of cracked down on that approach. But yeah, so you didn't even bother to make the attempt then, huh, Barry?
No, I didn't. I had limited time, and I had to pick my places. But there were 7 different places. You had the Broward Convention Center.
Yeah.
You had the Super Yacht Village. That's the one I'm talking about at Pier 66 South. And then you had Pier 66 Marina, which was fully opened again.
Yeah.
You had the Hilton Fort Lauderdale Marina. You had the Las Olas Marina, the Hall of Fame Marina, which is by the swimming pool, the swimming pool Hall of Fame.
Right.
And then Bahia Mar. That's why I said this place, this was huge.
Yeah.
Easily a 3-day trip.
Yeah. I used to go there, and I would stay at the Bahia Mar Hotel. And that's still kind of the center of everything.
There was a
But
hotel
it's-
you used to stay at years ago. It was a rundown place across from what's the hotel that looked like a ship?
Oh, the Bahia Cabana. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
That
I think that's gone.
Yes, they tore that down. That used
Oh,
to be the
okay,
place Buffett used to play all the time. But the Bahia Mar, they still have the hotel
Oh,
there.
that's all
Yeah.
there. But I remember that you used to stay at that ratty hotel because the bar was so crazy.
Yeah, that was a legendary place, and they
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately tore it down. But yeah, Jimmy Buffett used to go there, and he would surprise everybody with an impromptu show. That
Yeah.
was a long time ago. But yeah, the hotel was crap.
Mm-hmm.
But Bahia Mar is a nice
It
place,
was.
though. But they got
Bahia Mar is nice.
they're building a new one right next to the convention center, which is just maybe a block away from there, right?
No, it's next to it. It is.
It's next
there's
to the
a
Bahia
walkway
Mar?
that goes. No. Oh yeah, they have a hotel. Yeah, it's not next to the Bahia Mar. There's one that's within a block of
Right,
the
but it's
Bahia Mar.
connected to the Fort Lauderdale Convention Center, from what I.
No. The
No.
one at the
No?
convention center is not near Bahia Mar.
Oh,
Bahia Mar is on the water. Remember?
yeah.
Yeah, it's
And so is
it's a
the
mile and a
convention
half
center.
away.
Yeah.
It is that
The-
far away? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the convention center is over on the other side of the causeway.
Hmm.
Okay, on the other side of the
It's on the
intercoastal.
island.
But
It's
Yeah.
on, yeah,
but
yeah.
they
Okay.
put the hotel right next to the convention center. There's a walkway. You know how there's a walkway from the garage to the
Right.
convention center?
Mhm.
There's now one from the hotel to the convention center.
Okay.
So this would be a good place for Dima to appear.
Well, which would be the big dive show? Which,
Yeah,
I'm
that would
going
be
to next
Yeah.
week.
Next week, yeah.
Right.
And that one I would not be able to miss because it's in my neck of the woods.
Mhm. So, which means it'll
Mhm.
never happen. When
Yeah, I
they-
know.
as soon as they hear Barry wants to go, they're like, "Oh, we'll never go in there."
It's going to be a gorgeous hotel. You have to convince them come down to South
Well,
Florida.
We'll see. They're
Yeah.
kind of booked out for now. But getting back to what you saw, Mike, you didn't go see Casino Royale, but you did. Did you actually get on board that hydrofoil one and get up close and personal to it, or no? Or you
No, that's
missed
the
it?
boat that's the boat I missed. I did not know it was
okay.
there until after the show,
Yeah.
which is a big miss. We're supposed to know all this stuff. but,
Well,
I,
yeah.
I was busy.
You were
seeing other boats,
distracted.
but
Yeah.
we saw some really cool stuff. Beneteau has a really cool. They call it a narrow cat, which is it's a catamaran motor yacht, not a sailing yacht, but a motor yacht, and they specifically made the beam narrow enough to use. It's under 20 feet, so you can fit into most marinas that can accommodate a 50 or 60-foot boat. Which is a challenge for many of the power cats because their beams are 24 feet wide or whatever.
Right.
on the
Well, that
larger
trend
vessels.
with all the fold-out decks that we saw at the boat show, I mean, how does that affect docking? Is that one of the main advantages of having these fold-out decks that we
No,
saw
no,
on
you
the
don't-
transoms? I mean, it makes it
No, no.
longer, makes the boat longer, doesn't it, if you fold it out?
No, well, no, they all retract into they all retract. So when you're running the boat, they're
Mhm.
not deployed.
Right.
So when you're docking, you're docking a normal boat.
Okay.
Those
So
are
you-
only to be used when you go out to the to a flats area and you're going to anchor out and be
Yeah, have a
be still.
raft up with your fellow boating friends. Yeah.
right. You
But I
don't-
mean,
yeah, you
but
don't-
that seems to be something that was noticeably more prevalent amongst a lot of manufacturers, I thought, this year. You think that's a
and
fair?
I think and I think it's
assumption?
pretty awesome because we've had like my dad's boat has a side door that we have used extensively for lobstering and things like that in the Keys and scuba
Right.
diving and others.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what the manufacturers are doing now with these platforms that open up, it just exponentially increases the room. So while you're at anchor, everybody can spread out. Everybody has plenty of room and ready access to the water, so you can get in and out of the boat very quickly and easily.
Yeah.
And then when you get ready to go back in, you just fold everything back up and you have a normal boat.
Well, yeah. I mean, it almost turns into like a transformer type of
Yeah.
approach. And
Exactly.
and when you look at it just from the standpoint of design, I mean, it would allow a much longer boat potentially, or you could consider it being longer because it folds up and it allows you to, dock inside a much smaller space and still get a lot of the real estate, like you said, for a deck. Floating
yeah.
pontoon type thing or whatever.
Right.
All right. I got a few other things popped up on our radar from the boat show. We'll get to them next on the World of Boating. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Do you have a message or product you need to share with the boating world? Well, look no further than the World of Boating radio show. Just like you, thousands of boating enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to worldofboating.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Come on, Williams, what are you standing around for here? Get on board.
Get on board. Don't fret. Don't try to worry. Just get on board. I'll take you there.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Barry the boater, Mike the mariner, rounding out the crew. Okay, so last week was or last weekend, I should say, was the culmination of the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. Mike the mariner, Barry the boater were both there on site, and there was so much going on. We had to kind of break it up into a couple shows. This is show number 2, and one thing I want to throw out there to the crew. Did you guys see any of the cool AI prototype stuff on display at the boat show that we've been covering the last few months? Like I just sent him a text this week of the new one that was basically a lazy boy recliner that was turned into a like a go fast boat. Like you just sit there, recline, and putz around on the lake to your heart's content. That was a pretty cool AI generated video once again. But I'm like, these ideas, we've seen the inflatable stuff, like are massive deck boats, and they're all inflatable boats that look like more like yachts than inflatables. I mean, was any of that kind of on display? Was anyone talking about that? Did you catch any of that, Mike? Did you see anything remotely close? Or
Not
no?
where I went. Not where I went. I mean, we did that little segment on some of the cool products that I ran into in the product area, and there's a lot of innovation there too. Just little knickknacks that you want to buy for just safety gear and all that for your boat.
Right.
But no, I'm just seeing a lot of innovation and just overall design and propulsion. The hybrid propulsion, I think, is an innovation that's going to take hold, because I drive a hybrid truck,
Yeah.
and an F-150 power boost, and the benefits you get from the hybrid technology are just astounding. And I'm really happy to see that moving into the the boating world.
Yeah,
You
as
know, the
opposed to just
recreational-
jumping straight full electric, we're getting more into the hybrid transitional period, just like we've seen in cars. I mean,
Well,
we've got a
people
lot of
want the
electric cars.
range. You just don't
Yeah.
get quite the range and
And the power, for that matter.
Well,
I mean, when you
no,
get
I mean,
the
look at
hybrid
the
stuff can
Teslas.
give you a lot more horsepower too, though.
You can't beat the Teslas when they're in, what do they call that?
Yeah, psycho mode or whatever.
Yeah, right. But but the problem is the range and the time it takes to charge it. Where with a hybrid, it's essentially you're getting the best of both worlds. You're using the electrical power when you need to, and then if you need to charge, you have the engine to do it, and you can keep fueling up at stations throughout the whole country.
Right.
And as they do that here I mean, you could still get diesel and you can still get gas at marinas all over the place. So a hybrid makes sense for a boat.
Yes, it does indeed. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing the same thing go on in aviation as well.
Hybrid airplane?
Yeah, hybrid
Seriously?
engines. Yeah, of course. Yeah, some hybrid like diesels and things like that. Actually, I just went to an air show last week, and we were looking at a new engine for a small personal aircraft that was diesel hybrid, and diesel fuel is much cheaper than regular avgas,
right?
By several dollars a gallon, and you have that solid technology, and you get the horsepower, better efficiency, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So is it an electric motor that's actually flying the airplane and the diesel's just providing the power for a generator?
I don't know if it's that off and on in that regard, but the extra horsepower, it really comes into the engine I'm talking about in particular. It was way more efficient, way more power output. And obviously the fuel burn was a lot different too, because you're talking about diesel as opposed to avgas, which is super expensive.
Right.
So is for a private pilot. So that's a whole nother thing. So, the technology is getting there. I mean, they're trying to go full electric with airplanes too, but like you said, you got the problem with range and battery, efficiency and that kind of thing, and weight with airplanes. So that's
and then the time it takes to recharge it again, which is why for at least this time being, hybrid sounds like the best deal.
Yeah. Well, that transitional period before going full electric, I think the hybrid stuff is the middle ground, and it's proven technology too. It's been working for some time, especially in cars. So, so I think that's kind of where we're at the moment. So you were pretty, you were I don't know, encouraged by all the different options you were seeing in that capacity for boats. Is that right, Mike?
Oh, absolutely. And when I think about how my boat's powered, which is straight diesel, I would love for there to be a retrofit kit that could put an electric motor between my transmission and my engine.
Yeah.
Just like my truck is built. So you could, go into electric mode, run off the battery packs, and then bring the engines on when you could. If they could make a retrofit kit for legacy yachts like mine, which is almost 20 years old.
Well, I think you got to drop in
I
the
think
whole
that'd be
new
great.
engine, though, in that case, though, don't you?
No, he's talking about in between.
No, I know what he's
the
talking
engine.
about, but I mean, is that even doable?
Why not?
I mean, why wouldn't it be? I mean, if you could find a place to have the battery pack installed, which my engine room has room for that.
Yeah.
And then the probably it'd probably be about a 75 horsepower electric motor, maybe a little less. And that would probably, and there's enough room between my engine where the transmission is, and then the shaft goes through to the dripless shaft seal.
Yeah.
There's potentially room for that. If someone came up with a retrofit kit for older yachts like mine, that's a whole new lease on life.
And think about it, because this electric motor not only would take over for the engine when you wanted it to, but if you go back to engine power, that motor becomes the generator that recharges your batteries. That's the way Tesla does their regenerative recharging. on their cars when you're stopping.
Well, I get
Right.
that, but I've never heard of a drop-in system that would allow you to turn, you
No,
know,
that's what I'm saying. If someone could design a retrofit kit, and I think it's got to be doable because they're applying this hybrid technology to existing yacht platforms. It's not like they're building an entire purpose-built yacht to make it a hybrid vessel. That they're incorporating hybrid propulsion technology into existing designs. So if
Right.
they could find a way to do retrofit kits on certain certain mid-range, older yachts to turn them into a hybrid, that would be astounding. That'd be amazing. It would reduce your idle time because when you're in the intercoastal going 6 knots, that's when you'd be on the electric.
right.
And when you're at a bridge waiting for a bridge to open, you can maneuver the boat without having the engines on.
Well, it's an interesting idea. I don't know if somebody's already worked on that or we got to wait for, some alien technology to download from
Yeah.
above or something. or-
Yeah. Hey, you're worried about the zombie apocalypse, right?
I have been, yes.
And-
I'm
and
not
you- and-
worried. I just
Recently?
know. No, I'm not.
He always.
I'm not worried about it.
He
I'm
talks about.
Well, I've just said that your boat is your zombie
Right.
apocalypse escape vehicle, and
so
because zombies
what
can't
about-
swim, it's science.
Yeah, but a boat, even Mike's yacht, for
Yeah.
example, has a limited range and limited amount of fuel. I mean, not fuel, but food and all that other stuff that goes along. What about if you were to live with a community of like-minded people on your own ship?
That would be
Ooh.
acceptable. Well,
There
like a
is-
cruise ship, there.
Yeah,
You got an option for us?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll
It's-
tell you
it-
what. Let's take a break. We'll think about this. I
Okay.
got standards though, Barry. So be prepared to.
Oh, these are beyond your standards.
Really, that
Yeah.
sounds unbelievable. But we'll talk about it next on the World of Boating.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network. You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Oh, look at this. So much fun, you'll ship your pants.
You'll ship your pants, bro! We singing and dancing, singing and dancing, singing and dancing, singing and dancing. When that great, great ship comes in.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Barry the Boater, Mike the Mariner, rounding out the crew. All right, so Barry says he has an option for living on the water that I might find intriguing and acceptable to my bougie standards. Is this correct?
Yeah, I think it'll meet your standards.
Okay, explain. What is it?
Okay, this is 1,050-foot ship. It has not been. They haven't started construction yet. It was supposed to begin as of April 2025, with it completed by 2029 as the target launch date. This is a ship that will have either 122 or 133 residents. Right now, their website
A
says
floating
120
timeshare.
It is no, it's not a timeshare though. It is a floating condo.
Oh,
You live in
okay.
there is you could live there 24/7 for
Right.
the rest of your life.
Okay.
As
All
long as
right.
the ship doesn't sink or something like that.
Mm.
It's essentially going to be a ship that travels, I guess. If you ever lived in a condo, trying to get all the condos vote and agree on one thing is almost impossible. So I don't know how they would do this as far as where do you want to go next? What country? You could all have them, rooting back and forth for one country or another, and nothing ever gets done. So this could be a disaster. But I think for you, considering that you like your frilly things, when you go on cruises, your drinks with the umbrellas and
Yeah.
your vanilla
Sounds
lattes in the
pretty
morning.
well, it sounds like full-time cruise life or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm in. How much are we talking?
No numbers yet. All I know is they haven't started building the ship. So, I mean, I'm sure they could find 122 people that have enough money to invest.
Were you going to
in
say
this ship.
suckers?
No, I wouldn't say that.
I mean, this is a purpose-built vessel,
Yes.
very high-end, beautiful. I've seen the renderings. It's amazing. If it gets built, it'll be a pretty impressive thing. But people are already doing that. I've been on a few cruises and met people on cruises that actually lived on cruise ships. They're like on one ship for 3 months, and then they switch over to another ship for another 3 months. And but they live full time on cruise ships.
On the ship, and they're going from port to port to port. This one, I don't know. Again, if you have 122 families, it's going to be, vote for what port you want to go to next, and then they all just head over there. And I mean, it has a heliport on there. It's going to have all kinds of ways of you getting on and off the ship.
Right.
All the play toys that you
They
would
get
have.
in big
out on
arguments. Yeah. What do you mean
Yeah.
we can't go to my port for Thanksgiving?
What do you mean? I didn't win the bingo game.
Yeah, how come I can't put anything out of my out in front of my front door there? You
What's
can't
the
have
name of
your
this boat? Was it?
It's called Ulyssa. ULYSSIA. If
Okay.
you go to ULYSSIA.com,
this is
you
fancy.
can look at this. Now, at first I thought, well, maybe the ship is built because of the way they were talking about it being built by the certain company. But then, of course, AI threw that out the door and said, no, the ship has not been built yet. They haven't even laid the keel yet.
But it looks like a
but-
no kid type of thing to me. I bet it's a 55 and over. Just assuming that nobody younger could afford such a
No,
lifestyle.
but you would have the grandkids over, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, they're going to
Who
have
knows?
22 guest suites there, so you can invite, have them over. But I would assume a 1,050-foot ship should have fairly good size homes in them. I mean, you've gone on many cruises. What's the longest or largest ship you've been on?
Massive. Yeah. I've been on like the largest ship in the world.
Which is how long? Do
Well,
you know off
at the
top of your
time
head?
was the Wonder of the Seas by Royal Caribbean, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I think at one time it was the largest because I think we went on that one too.
Yeah.
And how long was it?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
What was it?
It was more tonnage.
880 or
That's all. And this is 1,050 feet. But they have
No,
and they
this
show
is
how
much
many-
bigger. The cruise
Yeah.
ship is way bigger than this. This is just a fancy super yacht. This is what this is.
1,050 feet is as long as this is a carrier.
Yeah, this will be the largest purpose-built condo vessel in the world.
Right. So I'm trying to figure out how big the residences are going to be if you're only having 122 of them.
Yeah, well, they probably have different sizes.
Mhm.
Low end, high end. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the tonnage they say on this thing? Does it?
Doesn't have much
That's usually-
information. I'm just reading through it now about the lifestyle and all the other stuff that you're going to be able to do.
Right.
1,900 square meter wellness and medical facility. Hey, didn't they have a TV show for a while about these medical some kind of doctor or hospital on a ship? It was, what was it called? It was on
Dr.
ABC.
Pimple Popper. Is that who
No,
you're talking about?
not that.
Oh, okay.
No, there was something on I think ABC for a little while with Don Johnson. He was the captain of some kind of super luxurious ship, and they didn't have just a little medical room. They had it looked like a futuristic surgical suite on this, and every week there was some major thing that needed to have the doctor there to put someone back together or something
Yeah,
like that.
Lance Papa Pimple. Yeah.
Lance Papa. You watched that show. Okay.
Anyway. Okay. Well, I mean, you would do this, wouldn't you, Barry, if money wasn't
If money wasn't a problem,
Didn't
yeah,
get
that
in the
might
way?
be. Think about it. You could travel around the world. You could stay
Right.
out of the hot spots. If someone drops the big one, you're out in the middle of the ocean, less chance of radiation.
Yeah, you're already out on the water, so you don't have to worry about the zombie apocalypse.
No, they don't swim. They walk on the ocean floor, so you're fine.
They don't walk. Well, they don't swim. Correct.
Yeah.
They can walk, but yeah, you'll be floating out. You're safe.
Yeah, you're
but
safe
now
as long as
you do got to consider the underwater aliens. That's a whole nother thing. We may have to cover that story. I've been diving deep into this. This is
Yeah, I
something
know.
our passengers need to be aware of.
That's
well-
why we're worried about you.
Yeah, well, hey,
It's okay.
we're here to inform.
We'll get you
the
out on
world.
that ship. You'll be safe out there.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
Do they even have any kind of time frame when they?
Yeah,
hope
they
to have
say
this?
2029. So
2029.
that's not that far away anymore.
Yeah.
That's
might-
Think about it.
You might make it that long.
Oh
Barry.
yeah, I want to enjoy my Social Security.
Okay. Well, by then it'll be kicking in, and that'll be enough to get you on as a stowaway. Possibly.
Yeah,
You're ready
I'll
to
have a
sleep.
cabin about 3 meters by 3 meters.
Yeah. Goes back. In the meantime, you can just camp out at the boat show in one of the boats when someone's not looking. I've
Okay.
wondered that. I was talking about that earlier at the beginning of the show. I've been watching these videos of these guys that camp out in like medians across the country, and they call it like sneaky camping or something. And couldn't they do that at the boat shows or one of these type of events too?
They got
think?
so much security there. I saw so many officers out there. I mean, the real ones with guns,
You
not
sneak
the
into the bushes, or
not the rental ones.
you go to look at a boat, and then when they're
Yeah,
not
sure.
looking, you jump into the
Cameras,
shower,
yeah.
and then you
You're
just shut the
better off-
door behind you.
but
and
you could
don't come
you
out
could
till
offer
night.
maybe you can offer that. We'll watch your yacht for you if you let us stay aboard for a few days.
Stealth camping, stealth boat, stowaway techniques.
Stowaway, right?
Hey, this isn't stuff we recommend. It's just stuff that
Greg
kinda
thinks
goes through.
about.
I think
along with
about
aliens.
Well, sometimes, you never know where inspiration's going to come from. You have a dream, you're
Mhm.
like, hey, this could work. This sounds like
Yeah.
something I should have Barry the Boater do and see if he
Oh,
lives through it to
thanks.
tell us about it, make great content for the world of boating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do it. I'm just the
Oh, of course.
idea
not. Our
generator.
fearless captain.
Well, I
The
mean, I have
visionary.
to
Yeah,
to
he's the
direct the staff accordingly. That's
okay.
that's what a first mate does.
As long as I get a pay boost.
Okay. Yes, your salary is going to be doubled.
Thank you.
So 0 + 0. Okay, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
All right. On that note, we're going to wrap it up. Till next time. Remember, whether it is sail or motor,
Life is better as a boater.
safe boating, everyone.
Come back here, you barnacle-bitten swab!
World of Boating is brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
World of Boating is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Computer standing by.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past shows worldwide over the internet at worldofboating.com.
Computers can do that?
So tell a friend and come aboard every week for the World of Boating.
This is so great. I can't wait. I'm getting goosebumps. Feel me. Feel me.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
TTFN, ta-ta for now.
The opinions you just heard on the World of Boating are those of the hosts, callers, and guests. They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
What are you being such a weenie for?
While on the water, your safety and the safety of many others depends on you. So boat smart and operate your vessel only after receiving the proper training and instruction for your area.
There is a fine line between genius and madness.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at worldofboating.com.